Hey guys, hopefully you're having a great day. Just wanted to give you a real quick update on ministry things. I just finished up with my first ever podcast. I was somewhere between this nervous and like off the screen nervous. Like imagine this, but like 10 times more. But you guys already know that talking is kind of my thing. So I love being able to talk. Really grateful for Natalie from Mental Health and Me for her podcast. You guys, I'll put a link in so you can get connected with Natalie and her podcast. It was hosted today by the Key 103 over here in Frederick, Maryland. It got recorded today. It was an hour, almost an hour of great conversation. It's now going to go in to get edited, and it'll be put live here in the next few weeks. I'll share a link with that. But I wanted to kind of give you guys a few of the things that we chatted about. We talked about a grief journey that I went through and how grief journeys aren't always identical. You guys, if you don't know somebody grieving, you don't know enough people. I guarantee you that you know somebody walking through grief. You might not see it right away. You might not appreciate it right away. But I guarantee you somebody at your workplace, somebody at your church, maybe your neighbor, somebody in your cul-de-sac is going through some grief. We don't always see that or appreciate it because we don't talk about it. Grief is one of those kind of ugly emotions that we put into the corner that we don't want to have to address its existence. But my ministry is bringing grief to light, taking that emotion and bringing it to God and letting other people see it and exposing grief in the light of faith that people can see that God's faithful even in those difficult things. So we talked a lot about today my grief journey and the gospel. I had the joy of sharing the good news of Jesus on a podcast. I had a joy of being able to honor Tiffany and her cancer battle and her fight. I also had the ability today to talk about what God's doing in the present and the future by talking about how meeting Leslie was part of the healing journey that I had, that God sovereignly placed into my life a woman that would unconditionally love me, even though I'm like a puzzle where pieces are still broken and missing, where she would just land herself into my life and just love me so completely and so entirely and care for my 3 babies. And then in turn, I get a chance to love her and her kids. We talk about what it looked like to have new love and rebuilding a life together. I love that conversation because grief isn't just about what was there yesterday. It's about what God's doing today and in the future. And my perspective on grief is I don't want grief to be the thing that destroys me. You guys have probably heard me say that grief can either be your master or be your teacher. If you allow grief to be your master, it'll destroy your life. It'll be the most chaotic experience that you feel. It'll lay waste to you. Or you can let it be your teacher. Let it teach you things. Let it grow you. Let God faithfully, though, build a garden around that grief. One of the other subjects we talked about today is that grief doesn't have a finish line. That the world all of a sudden has this magical idea like, hey, you know what? Grief ends at this time. There's not a finish line for grief. We just keep pressing forward. We don't move on. We press forward. That's what grieving people do. We also talked about things that could trigger our grief. We talked about things that helped us with our grief journey. And then I had a chance to share the newborn ministry of Sons of the Shepherd. I am super grateful to share Sons of the Shepherd for men. We talked about why men typically are more isolated than women. We talk about the fact that men typically don't talk about their grief. Men typically don't emotionally express their grief to other people. And how by me being transparent with my grief journey has become an open door for other men to be able to say, I want to talk about what's going on, and to open the door to the gospel. So the podcast will be out soon. I'm not going to give you the full hour that I discussed, but I am so grateful for Natalie and Mental Health and Me and the people here at the Key 103 for hosting the podcast today. Thank you guys for praying for my voice. It held up for the last hour. I don't think I coughed a single time, though I feel like I could cough right now. But it was such a blessing and an honor. I want to thank you guys for loving me and my family as we create Sons of the Shepherd, a groundbreaking widower first ministry that would let men know, no matter where they are, where they've been, or what's going on, that there's hope and healing for them. Hope and healing for hurting men. I am so grateful for opportunities like today, because today is one of those unique moments where I'm able to honor Tiffany's legacy and her memory, and I'm able to see God working in the present and the future. And I'm able to be so hopeful to know that there's going to be other men that today will be able to find hope and healing through Jesus Christ. Thank you guys for supporting us, caring for us. I'm going to be posting some more information about this podcast soon and posting a new blog here in the next few days. But I want to let you guys know that I appreciate you, and I can't do this ministry without you. Without you, I'd be lost. You are literally holding the ropes as I get to go out and do this ministry. And thank you guys just for being so great and gracious and supportive. God bless you guys. I love you. Have a great rest of the day.